Right. What about that, Kudo? I'll be back in 2 seconds, buddy. Right. This. I saved it. If I go and edit the thing, the description, it's there. Unless you need to refresh. I've set the description. Twitch settings. Description. What the hell? Well, I've done. I don't know what else to do. I've restarted the stream and everything. In fact, I'll just get Nightbot to throw out the rules. Put it on a timer. Every 5 minutes or something. Every 5 minutes. Yeah, Ryan, how are you, buddy? How are you? Oh, I'm sick of throwing this e-cig across the room. Right, okay. Right, submit. Right. See if that works. Did it were it helpful, Ryan? Ah, Nightbot's just being nasty. Ah, well, that's the purpose of it. That is the purpose of it. Let's have a look at this. Why is Nightbot being a dick? My next game is White Kudo. I'll play the English. Although I don't think I can remember the English. It's been that long. I used to enjoy it. I'll try and remember it. The bot went no. No idea. I don't. It's been that long since I played the variations. I remember when I first started getting into chess again. I was watching games from Mikhail Tal, and he liked the English, didn't he? Very much. So you have this. Wow. You got threats. It's pointing the bishop. Cutting the king off. King cannot move. Going in for the kill. Knight blocks. Wow, the bishop drops in. The queen comes in the other way. The knight to f6. It was coming. Gotta sack the queen. And mate. After rook to d8. You missed knight to d7. Knight to d7. Knight to d7. Knight to d7 now. Whatever black takes with you here. That'd have been a brilliancy, wouldn't it? Damn. Whatever he takes with. Right. See if we can just progress a little bit. We said the English. Okay. Just blocking this out. Yeah, it's especially when you've fianchettoed it as well. I don't know if I can't remember if fianchettoed it that game, but yeah, you know what I mean. Okay. Let's get this knight out. A bit crunched up, as you can tell. I'm not used to playing the English. I would normally fianchetto, but being as though he's already done it, I'm not too fussed. Sort of waiting for an opportunity to push this, but it's knights came here, so I've got to wait a little longer. Play the queen here for a moment. Pin that. I don't know why Nightbot's being a bit of a dick. Yeah. Play it a few times. You can tell me after the game, Kudo. I'm sure you can. If I run in a review, you can give me some. I'm sure you can do that for me. Because you're a nice, pretty Kudo. Damn, that's surprising. But it does allow this. I give him that. Okay, show. Alright, fair dues. Can live with that. I think he's better. I think I have chances to improve, but I think he's better. What to do? He's thrashing me actually. Absolutely thraping me. Fucking hell. What to do? What to do? This bishop's out of the game. That's a poor bishop. Vermeil. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? After this game, I shall accept your invitation to a classroom. School of Chess. School of Kudo. Damn. What we got? Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Oh damn, I think I've cocked up again. Wow, okay. This guy's coming in for the kill. Nice one. Thought I'd let him have it. Let him have it. As you can see, the last time I played the English was on Lichess. Right. Start position. Let's have a look, see. What do I do, Kudo? Participants. Ah, hello. What do I do?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, everybody can hear you. Sexy voice.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, everybody can hear you. Sexy voice.
I hear the mic is a little bit weird.
That's all right. Do I need to turn mine down?
Okay, let me mute the stream. I'm not sure if I can actually hear you on Twitter.com. I don't hear anything so far, but I think you're muted there.
Oh, I need to turn my mic on chess.com.
So next to your name, there's like this video icon, and yeah, okay. That if you
There.
talk now, I think I should be able to hear you.
Yellow.
You, hello, hello. Can you still hear me?
Yep. What's happened here? This is cocked up a little bit. I just need to sort. There we go. That'll do. That'll do.
Great. I will turn you a little bit down. My headset broke, so that's so now there's a little bit of double input. I hope it's not too bad.
No, that's fine.
So let's see. So if I make moves now, do you see that on the screen?
Yep.
Okay. This is all okay. Bishop e3, I don't play. I think it's a little bit too soon.
I did consider this. Can you see the arrow I've drew?
So the point is, normally you first want to get your king set development going.
Yep.
And castle. And even after that, you normally don't want to be playing bishop e3 when I can run into knight g4.
Yeah.
So you want to play h3 after first. So if you look at the setup he played with bishop b4 and then taking...
It just a bit slow, didn't it? Definitely slow.
You have time, right? You have, like, the only break he has is d5, and that doesn't really work at the moment.
Yep.
So you do have time to, even if he does the same thing, you have time to do what you want.
See, this is better as well because it avoids doubling up here. Yeah.
You can even take with a pawn if you want, so that if this knight comes out,
it takes the d4 square and the b4. Exactly. Yeah.
And later there are also options of actually playing d4.
Because that's what I was sort of going for in the game. I tried to set up the d4 push.
D4 is an option. F4 is an option, especially with a knight on f6.
Yeah.
So what would black do here after castle? b6 looks normal. Now you could play a h3. Bishop e3. So now there's no any knight g4 to keep this bishop.
Yeah.
And soon we're also ready for f4. And if he really lets you do everything he wants by doing nothing moves, you're already pretty happy.
I'm opening up the F file, yeah.
Square. And soon you can also start attacking.
Wow. Yeah.
There are some if he really does nothing, you might already can go for like knight h5 ideas.
Wow.
Getting your pieces out. Now there's some pressure.
Yeah, there's definite threat there, isn't there?
And one of the ideas that you can remember here, which you also saw in my game, is sometimes there's also options of actually sacrificing the e-pawn.
Wow.
Remember also this bishop is unprotected.
Yeah.
But just to get our own bishop out as well. Now we're creating weaknesses.
Makes a lot of sense. I like. I just It just seems to flow. That's what I'm struggling with, making it flow.
So and the problem is, for example, if they go for something like 8-6, you already have like queen f5.
So they're sort of forced to do something like this, yeah.
And now it's party time. The king has been weakened.
How would you break through?
Well, already I'm looking at, for example, queen g4 ideas.
Yeah.
And this bishop also does a good job not letting. Okay, can I make it red? Yeah. Stopping the queen from coming in. And f5 doesn't work because we take.
He's in serious trouble there, isn't he?
And if he really does nothing, there's
bishop sacrifices.
You can already go for this kind of stuff. You have at least a draw. Might be a bit too quick.
Well, a bit more prep work, wouldn't it? But I suppose with this pin here, could you even bring a rook up here?
Like I say, but you can, for example, you can take it slow if you'd like here.
Or this.
Of course, he also has to do something about 8-6, so that doesn't really make any sense. So, and h5, okay, sure. We can just go back. Here we can even trade if you'd like. The only thing which could be a little bit annoying is something like this, but we always have to check to get out of it in time.
Yeah.
So in the game, let's see, it's not showing the coordinates, so now we're in my line. Okay, yeah, bishop e3. So first kingside development.
So I want to be looking at this sort of stuff.
And do remember what your opponent is trying to do, because sometimes they want to get a quick d5 in.
Yeah.
And so the mover sometimes matters if you play e4 in time.
Yeah.
To stop that, yeah. The game, bishop e3, bishop e4. Now he's trade happy. We don't really mind this. Remember, this bishop does not belong on e2.
No, it belongs on g2.
Exactly.
When I played it here, it was like, oh, what a dick.
Yeah, it's like, what is this ever gonna do in the future?
Yeah, no. As soon as I played it, I was like, what a dick. Why? What you just be this bishop stopping this. The whole point of e4 was to do this.
Like he plays your standard d6, castle, so now we're here. In c2, not really sure. You were probably scared that if you play queen d2 that there's knight g4.
It was something like that. Queen c2 was... I was trying to prepare this so the queen covered this after a move like knight to g5, which was kicked away, so I brought him back, and then I was thinking of another way just to cover this, so just adding a defender to the e4 pawn ready to push d4.
But the moment you play... Okay, what did he play with here? But the moment you play knight g4, what if he plays 8-6?
This is what he did. I just come back, I think I did.
Did this help your position?
No, it didn't.
It helped in a way that in some cases you can get, well, that's a big jump.
Well, that was the next plan. Get the knight on f5.
There's some issues with the the arrows are being a bit weird.
Yeah, no, I always struggle with the arrows. I had to spend an extra attempt at making a YouTube video the other day because I started swearing at the arrows.
Yeah, you have to watch out with especially when you get enough followers and subscribers on YouTube. You don't want to be demonetized by using these words.
Yeah, I was just there like, what are you being dicks for? It's like, this is no good.
And this is a bit of a shame. Like, you want to play knight f5.
I did consider playing knight f5 immediately, but I balled it.
Here I wouldn't even take at the moment.
You just play knight f5
I
anyway.
would actually maybe even think about something like this. But that...
Awakening up the bishop.
Or knight f5 anyway. But yeah, it's a bit of a sad that you lose this pawn. On the other hand, you do have good control over d5 now. Bishop f3.
I think how we should have looked at that was, is my knight going to be better here than this knight that was sort of just sat, in hindsight, not doing a deal for a move or two?
Wait, you're talking about the knight. Are we in the same position?
Yeah. So after my knight came here and he taken on e4. Can I do the moves? No.
Yeah, it's not showing. I think if you do the moves or the arrows, it's not showing it for me. Maybe I
Right.
can do that.
If after I played knight to h4 and he taken on e4 with his knight, to me the knight on e4, the dark knight is not doing a deal for the moment, and it can easily be kicked. So
yeah, but the knight is hanging, right?
yeah, I know that, but what I'm saying is, instead of taking immediately, I think what I should have said to myself in the game was, well, that knight isn't posing an immediate threat to anything, so I should have, in my opinion, should have just played knight to f5 immediately.
Exactly. Knight f5 is an option. Bishop f3 is an option.
Yeah.
The only thing that's a little bit annoying with Bishop f3 is that he can still just take, and now it's sufficient enough defended.
And that's what put me off the bishop to f3, and I don't know why I didn't just play knight to f5 immediately. I just panicked.
We can go a little bit further. They can play g3.
And the queen sort of forced to get out the defense of the knight.
Then let's say queen e7. Then it's the question how you're gonna take.
Perhaps better with the bishop.
Yeah, the problem is, does this help us or does this help him? Because now we do have some weak squares. We have a bad pawn structure.
Yeah,
We
I see
do
what
have
you're
some
saying.
control over d5, but we need a lot of help to get something going. The moment you even play something like f4, if he does nothing, he probably just plays f6, saying, yeah, but what's your point? I'm just gonna take back. If you take, I'm maybe even taking with the deep pawn and go to the open file.
Right, okay.
And if we trade everything, whose pawn structure is better? We're a pawn down and we have a worse pawn structure.
Damn.
We have 4 pawn islands against 3.
Yeah, he's
And
definitely
we're
got a better end game. If it goes in end game, it definitely favours him.
So yeah, he would like to just trade everything.
I think I'd like to go into an end game as black, because even after you trade everything, I suppose you've got queen to a3 ideas, putting pressure on these 2 weak pawns.
Queen to f4.
Yeah.
Trying to come into to e3. Now this is better for white. But yeah, blunders happen. Also at every level. So g3, a4. A4 I can still understand. You want to break open the structure. If he does something weird, like you're pretty happy, especially if he takes, then you get your counterplay.
Yeah.
The higher you get, you notice they're gonna play h5. There's no pawn on c4. Sometimes they're also gonna play a6. So that if you push, that they have b5.
Yeah.
b2, and yeah, and here you're a little bit late, and one of the issues with putting the bishop on f3. You can't really stop this plan now.
Yep.
Maybe, yeah, you just have to bite it and not play g3 so that f4 isn't as bad.
I thought you were just going to take the pawn here. I was just going to be down another pawn in this position, which is why I played g3.
Here's you create a hook, right?
Yeah.
So now there's tension. Also, the bishop is unprotected, so you're not able to take on f5. So, yeah. So it's protected, and now you see the issue.
Yeah.
And especially, you don't want to really allow this. If he's really in the mood for attacking, he could even start rolling the other pawn as well.
Yeah.
g5. Queen b3. I didn't really understand queen b3.
I didn't either.
You want c5 check?
Yeah, that was the idea. C5.
Mm-hmm.
That was the idea. Give him a check and start breaking up these pawns on the B and C file.
Maybe you even have to play f3 here, but it's... and say, okay, where's your attack? And lock this bishop.
Yeah.
Maybe he can reroute it to like a6 to pressure, together with queen f7 or queen e6. You're already a little bit in like a tight spot. As you can see, he has the space, here more structure.
My bishop's doing nothing.
Your bishop is in 2. Yeah. You actually never can get it out. Yeah, this is kind of like, if you want to keep defending, do look at your opponent's plans. After rook e8, what does he want to do? Then you
E3.
will see that e3. So is e3 a threat? Well, yes, because it breaks everything open. So you're kind of forced now to to play rook e3, for example, to create like a blockade on the dark squares.
Yeah.
And then you can ask black, like, okay, well, how are you gonna break 2? I'm gonna create maybe put my queen on d2, and ask, okay, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
d2 is not possible yet, but then you probably have to play something like queen d1, because a4 would hang as well.
It was salvageable for a 10-minute rapid, I believe, if played properly in the end.
Yeah, 1600 level, there's still an option they would go wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe they do something stupid where they allow some bishop takes f3 ideas with like an unprotected rook if they start pushing everything. And here you can't really do anything anymore. The game's over. There's no defense. Rook f4 is a nice try, but as you can see,
yeah, I just gave up and thought, all right, then just win your queen, stuff you.
You also can't take. That's
yeah.
Also an issue. After here, queen, double check.
You can even win the bishop as well.
Now everything hangs. You probably don't even want the bishop.
Screw the bishop. It's Catholic anyway.
Check. Block. Takes.
Game over.
If you want to like try the English again, do remember these ideas.
I'm gonna try the English again next time I'm white.
Put a pawn pawn on c4.
I did used to enjoy it, but like I said, it's been years. I think I was like rated 1300 on Lee Chess when I last played the English. So probably like 800, 900 on chess.com.
It is nice to just play, especially if they play nothing moves, to just let them do whatever do you like. d3, castle, let's see, 3, h3, remember, h3 before bishop e3.
Yeah, because it blocks the knight coming to g4.
Exactly. And also it's not only the knight. One of the things which is also an option, d4 is not the only break you have. The other break is f4.
Yeah.
And when we get the chance where they literally let us do everything, here you maybe want to play a4 to stop any counterplay here. Rook e8, bishop e3. What can he do?
Not really a deal they can do. I can see a lot of people just playing d5, just trying to open up the centre.
d5 is.
I know it's crazily defended by white, but I can sort of see it happening. Possibly even, maybe even knight to d4.
Yeah, after d5 or immediately?
Immediately.
Yeah. Okay. Then.
I know it's crazily defended and black's losing a pawn there, but if you really wanted to go for it, but
I can take it. I can even go for f4. Normally, remember you want to take with the knight on d4 if possible. So
you don't want to.
No, you do want to. You don't want to take with the bishop.
Yeah.
And one of the things you also have to remember, especially, is there's some little things they try, especially if you play against black, for example. A lot of times white plays knight d5. Let's make a few nothing moves. For example, if the bishop is on e6, and the knight is on c6, that's the perfect time to actually play knight d5.
Right, okay.
And the point is that black wants to take with the knight, because he doesn't want to give up his bishop pair. But now he can't take with the knight.
Because it'd fork the knight and bishop.
Mm-hmm. So that's one of these things you can remember.
Like, yeah, that seems easy enough to
when
remember.
When there's a bishop on e6 and on c6, then a lot of times it's the right moment to play knight d5. If you kind of force him that if he wants to take, he has to take with the wrong piece.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm giving you a lot of info now. Sorry. But if he does like nothing moves, a4, rook e8, bishop e3, and a lot of times here they also start getting frustrated because
not a lot
you're
to
not
do,
allowing
is
any breaks.
Not really any there's no profitable breaks for black, is there really?
Mm-hmm. So one of the other things they sometimes do instead of rook e8 is knight e8.
Open up the dark square bishop.
Yeah, and get ready for
How would we prevent this?
You can play f4 yourself. You can also take it. Remember that the moment we take, this bishop all of a sudden becomes a lot stronger.
Yeah.
So here it's probably too soon to go for f5. We can also say, okay, sure, put an eye on d5. You just gave me control. And after f5, one of the things to remember, we do not want to allow f4.
No, so we would be better just taking.
You either take it, or
push
in
f4.
some cases you play f4 yourself.
Yeah, okay.
And here it takes a little bit of calculation to see which one is better.
If we played f4 immediately and the e5 was to take an f4, would you just take with the knight? Or would you take with the bishop?
I think mostly with the knight, because the knight all of a sudden has some.
Yeah, and also give some support to the knight on d5. It's a nice outpost, isn't it?
Exactly. Now here, there's
Threats
some
of
weakness.
forking the queen and rook.
And if he defends, maybe you want to take on f5 for, but no, there's no time. So he kind of has the defense. And do remember now also that in some cases there might be some tactics.
Yeah, because it's undefended, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe even playing e5 and then aiming to take the bishop on e7 with check. Yeah. And you got the undefended rook on the a8 square.
So at first, when you play this opening, it looks like the bishop on g2 is actually doing not much. It's like, yeah, it's just staring at a pawn wall, but it has like a lot of potential energy. The moment the breaks are starting to happen, we either play our d4, in principle, b4, d4, or f4, and this bishop will open up at one point.
Yeah, you got two undefended pieces, haven't you, on c6 and the rook on a8.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as the bishop moves.
Exactly. And this is one of these options. Other options, of course, what I said are like if you take now, the bishop can come to e4, and all of a sudden that's also a great thing. If takes, let's say he takes with the bishop, we could start attacking. Bring the rook out, and life is good. So yeah. So also one of the things to remember is if, for example, you get a setup where, okay, let's make some moves on the left. Bishop b7 doesn't happen that often. But for example, when they do this, like when your king goes to h2, your king is
a defender.
Totally safe.
The king's actually doing a great job defending h3, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Now, if they really try nothing, then I guess you can already play f4.
Yeah.
If they think like, oh, f4 does nothing, I'm gonna use that b4 square. We don't take. Just play f5.
That's shutting out the bishop there. That's a useless square, useless bishop for black, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And
it's also preventing g6, I suppose. Is it?
Preventing g6 because we take it, and we're just gonna start rolling.
Yeah.
Maybe first play some knight e5 ideas and knight c3. Make sure that this queen is open, so that when we play g5, that there's no knight h5.
Sound.
We're just gonna steamroll black.
Sound.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, I'm not a total expert on this opening. Because I haven't been playing it for so long, but I do know a little bit of the ideas, and I think you can get something from it, or at least I hope.
I think I've got something from it. I'm gonna try it out in my next one.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I'm white to play it.
So let's
just play this setup. Fianchetto the bishop, get the knight out, c3.
So suppose here he plays e5 and knight of 6. What do you play?
g3.
You sure?
Either c takes d or b3.
Yeah. Okay, c takes d, knight takes d.
Bishop to g2.
Bishop to g2. Yep, most good. Keeping the tension.
If he takes the knight, I can just take with the b pawn and get a better centre.
Yep. And if they go for something like G, you could just.
I'd be very tempted to play e4, to be honest.
In this setup, like it's pretty much kind of like a grilled setup, right?
Yeah.
Like there are some options where you can play e4 and d3.
Yeah.
That's one of the ideas. So that's how you can put your pawns. But one of the things you can remember that, suppose you develop there. If they allow it, you can sometimes also go for d3 and e4. I would probably start with something like rook b1 to make sure this bishop is not able to move. If they play something like b6, now we can already play d3 or a4. I would rather play d3 to make sure this bishop has some scope.
Yeah.
Some cases it can go to a3. And it's very hard actually if we can get this pawn to c4 to crack in. Bishop b7, h4, posing a question to black. What are you gonna do about it? Are you really gonna allow h5?
It looks dangerous, doesn't it, if black allows it, if black doesn't play h5.
Exactly. And you can even do that earlier, right? So the moment after he plays g6, I think actually the theory here is to all immediately play
h4.
Yeah.
Alright.
And if he says, yeah, well, you have no attack, well, that, believe me, this attack will be pretty painful.
Well, I know the king's at the centre bit is not going to get attacked, is he? The white king in the centre there.
Exactly. Like we have this whole pawn mouse, and with which pieces he does not have pawns to break it open, and he needs to develop his pieces as well. If he now just castles, you can just say, yeah, sure, we can probably just develop, maybe to be sure play rook b1, and we can take it at leisure, and we don't even always have to castle, right?
Oh no, it doesn't look like it. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable. Yeah, it was white with the king in the centre.
If they really want to go like nuts,
Queen takes on d2.
Queen takes on d2.
If they really want to go nuts.
Oh yeah, actually, like there's already like some issues for black to deal with. We just get our pieces out.
What would you do with the pawn on h5? Just leave it there, wait for black to respond. Just leave the tension.
Okay, exactly. I will leave for now. I will leave the tension. I never mind it if black would take.
Well, no, because it just opens up the g file for your rook, doesn't it? Potentially in the future.
Exactly. And queen can come to c2. Things look pretty good. If he plays f5 to block it, well, look, he opened up another diagonal.
Yeah. The queen can go to b3 fairly easy.
One of other things to actually remember as well. So a lot of times here, weaker players would play h5. You'll think, oh, I'm stopping everything, but that does give away the g5 score. So there are some ideas for like knight h3 and knight g5.
Oh,
so stronger players will instead a lot of time play h6. The point now is that if you play h5, there's g5.
So we don't want to play h5.
Exactly. We just keep it here and say, oh, you played h6. Well, that is that could be a target in the future, the moment you castle.
Yeah.
So for h6, we can play rook b1. Fun fact, that has actually a threat. However, maybe a little exercise. What if black plays bishop g7?
Queen a4.
Queen a4. Okay. I can probably just block that. The point is, think about that bishop.
I was trying to remove
what did I do?
trying to wash, and maybe it's playing a little bit too much hope chess, but maybe trying to wash the bishop from c8.
But I already created a threat, right?
Yeah.
So here, after, let's see, h6, rook b1, we're already attacking b7.
The rook can actually take on b7, can't it?
So what happens if the bishop takes on b7?
If our bishop takes on b7?
Yeah.
Then his bishop probably take. And then you just take with the rook. But I'd be more tempted to just take with the rook immediately, just to make it fancy.
The point is, this is actually pretty nice to remember. If you play bishop takes b7, you can resign.
What is black?
That's white.
As white. Go on. Why?
Bishop takes. Okay, that's a bishop g7. Bishop takes c7. Bishop takes c7. Rook takes b7. Queen d5.
Ah, damn.
Don't fall for that. It's a really sad ending.
What about? Is nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. Like, you, from a good position, you want to like lose. On the other hand, here you can just play rook takes.
Right.
Here we're just winning a full rook.
Yep. So, and you can't even play knight to c6 either. You just take the knight with check.
No. You have to play here.
Yeah.
d7. Well, you can take it. Is there anything better? I think taking is good enough, and now we just develop. And we have a good position. You could maybe even go for some like bishop a3, but okay, let's not do that and blunder the rook. There's a tempo. But this is pretty nice to play.
Yeah. Quite excited to get into the English again now.
It helps if you know the general ideas and plans in structure. For example, I played b3, and there's some things I like the main line, but a lot of the lines I don't like b3, e5, bishop b2, knight c6, e3. Yeah, you've seen this a few times.
Yeah, you play it regularly.
So bishop d6, f4. Keep pressuring. Remember that's pinned. If they take, we
could just take on g7.
Well, you have a check. I play king f1. Your attack is gone. Just don't fall after taking on e3. Don't take the rook because
mate.
So after taking, you can actually play pawn. Now we're attacking the pawn, and even if he trades the queens and takes the pawn, the rook is still hanging at the end.
That's the last attack, isn't it?
So a lot of things, times which over the board there are some. I've won against some 2200 players, which was pretty nice. Sometimes they play queen e7, knight f3, and bishop g4 gives white already the advantage. It looks like, for stronger players, it looks like a total normal move. As well, we were attacking the e5 pawn, so I pinned the knight so that the e5 pawn is not attacked anymore. Well, I can take. And there's an issue now. And the point is that if you take on f3, which is a blunder, you take on d6, counter-attacking the queen.
Yeah.
And well, if you take my queen, or if you take my queen, I take your queen, and now your bishop is hanging, and
The rook's hanging. You got too many threats to deal with.
exactly. So stronger players see this far, and they think, okay, sure. I just play check, but I block, and now I save my queen, and your queen is still under attack.
You play the bishop back to e2.
Yeah, a quell spin. Looks like we're in some trouble.
But
The bishop e2.
the bishop's now pinned to the queen, isn't it?
Exactly. After takes.
It doesn't matter if you don't castle, queens you off the board, and the rook's still hanging on H. Well, he's still the pawn's still got to be sorted out, hasn't it? On G7, you're still taking the pawn on C7.
Exactly, and if you play something like knight f6, I can even
double up your pawns and then take on C7.
Exactly.
You got a target now on F6.
Yeah. 2 pawns up, life's good. And that's why after this, they normally take, and after take, they take.
Yeah.
Take. Oh no, they're attacking the rook. I don't care.
You got a nasty threat on F7.
Yep. So if he takes, check. King takes, check. King back.
Take the knight, C6.
Nope. We're gonna go for better.
Oh, we're gonna go for
Check.
mate.
Check. And remember, it's important that you take the d5 pawn.
Right.
We'll see in a bit. King has to go down. Check. King has to go down. Check.
Yeah, now that makes sense why the pawn's gonna go.
And oops.
That's mate.
Is it?
No, not quite. Go in there.
But yeah, this is game over. But yeah, after check, yeah, there's 2 mates.
Crazy. I like the last attack as well now.
I like the main line. Some of the other lines I'm not as much of a fan of. So normally, which I also had a few times over the board, after castle they play knight f6, knight c3, castle. I take not there, and I play queen f4, attacking c7, and saying, okay, I don't mind this queen exchange because I have the open f-file and I have the better structure.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I saw that they play something like rook d8 or rook e8, after which rook a4 already becomes quite annoying. You have to go back and
A6.
rook a6. And
I saving that one.
I can also just keep it here. Rook a5 is also possible because of the rook a6. Maybe he can get his pawns rolling for some rook a5. Make sure he cannot push and we can get our other pieces in. And this rook is not tied down to the defense of this a7 pawn. Because the moment you lose this pawn, guess what?
Past A
This
pawn.
pawn is gonna run.
The rook on A1's already defending it. That's a beauty.
Right. Well, maybe this was like a side note from the English, but I hope at least you enjoyed like the mini.
Yeah. I've definitely learned a few things from it. So how do I pronounce your name? Now I've got you in the voice chat. Seiku?
Psycho.
Saiku.
Yeah, Psycho chess.
Saiku. Chess Kudo's not going to be happy now. I've took a lesson from you.
Oh. It's gonna be really pissed. It's like, what? Wouldn't be the first time. Yep. So do remember, by the way, do remember with some early D4s, like what they do, and get the key ideas, because there are some of most you can play like automatically in the English, but there's some that can trick you.
Yep.
So I think I should, like, you already showed. I showed you some of my games already in the English. Dun, dun, dun. Like one of the earlier ones. That would be probably the last one then. Let's see. This is not really your typical English. This is actually kind of funny because in a way, it really resembles a position I get with Nimso.
Yeah.
Something that's when you play multiple openings, that actually helps a lot. You get different structures, and sometimes you get transpositions from one to another. And if you're used to the ideas, it's
I'll patch up to the 4 knights.
Mm-hmm. So I have like too many people who also send me games that I have to like find these the right ones.
I got to 2,500 puzzles earlier.
Mm-hmm. Well, sorry, what? I heard 2,500 puzzles, but I didn't hear the rest.
Yeah, that right. I just coughed.
Yeah.
What are you on puzzles? 3,000.
No, like it's a new account, so I'm like 1,500 puzzles on.
You're lazy.
No, I no, because you can only do 3 puzzles.
Ah, okay.
I can't do anymore. Let's see, can I do it like this? Wait, now I picked the wrong one. This one. Let's see how to add that. That's how. Oh, here. For example, here. So here he tries to go for the symmetrical.
Yeah. Yeah, the symmetrical is like an attempt at making it a drawer's position, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I think, but that's it. So typical plans, right? Knight c4, knight c3, g3, bishop g2, e4, g2, d3. This we've seen so far, this setup.
Yep.
Castle, e6.
The idea is to get our knight on a knight planted on c5, isn't it? And Black's plan is to try and get a knight planted on d4. Sorry, not c5, d5, and Black wants to get a knight planted on d4.
Well, one of the things is that when they play knight d4, you can with the knight.
Yeah.
It kind of becomes a what Ginger GM calls a dead point.
Yeah, because it's Ginger's GM that I learnt the Dutch from, and it's his very similar position, pawn structure as the Dutch.
So the point is that after takes, now first of all he has to choose how he takes. suppose he takes the d pawn. Knight back. And all of a sudden, if you notice that this idea becomes a lot more attractive.
Yeah, there's no actual break, it's just a push and it's an attack, isn't it? F4, F5.
Mm-hmm.
And you're opening up the rook, so you're not even weakening your king on the H file.
Mm-hmm. But there's also now other ideas of, let's say, castle of rook b1. And go for something like a3 and b4.
Yeah, start ripping open that center it is.
Mm-hmm. if they just allow everything, like taking already starts
We've got
to,
bishop b2 going for d4.
Mm-hmm. We start
And now
pressurizing,
now the rook to b1 makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Also, when you see, for example, black here, so don't always make automatic moves. If, for example, you see black playing rook b8, you already know what he wants.
b5, no. So you play e4 just to take it.
Exactly. You are not getting any space. Worst case, if he really tries to set it up, we can also just play b3. So no. I don't have to do anything. I can even take once because now a7 is hanging. But in the game, he played 8-6. Okay, sure. h3. Remember, we want our bishop on e3. You're still following or getting tired?
No, I'm still looking, mate. Mm-hmm. I feel a bit crap from cold I've got. And then you'd want to play f4, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you said earlier, you don't want to allow black to play f4.
Exactly. Like if we give him time, play rook b1 now, f4.
Yeah, that's positionally crushing, isn't it? To allow black to play f4.
Yeah, because you're forced to take now. You creep.
Yeah.
And now you also have to start watching ambience. Hey, look, who's got a nice square?
Yeah.
So you after some like knight takes, knight d4, for example, and g5, knight f3 ideas, bishop h3 ideas coming into play.
Yeah, positionally crushing for white, isn't it? Because we allowed him to play f4.
For black. Or yeah, positionally you're getting crushed if you
allow that. As white, yeah.
And one of the things also to remember is if your queen is on d2 and they get something like this in, let's say
the bishop's trapped. Well, the bishop. Not quite, yeah.
And he gets a move. Let's say, okay, g5.
He's got a bishop sacrifice there, hasn't he? On yeah. With ideas of you can't take the bishop because knight come to f3.
Yep. And you don't want to play that. If you also lose the h3 pawn, then you're getting really steamrolled. So f4, he brings it in. Remember, my bishop is here. I want to take with the knight at first, but I can't. So I did decide to actually take with the bishop, which is not good. I should have actually ignored the knight, which is hard to see, especially for a new opening. We get this whole
crazy
change. Starts personalizing, taking g5, queen takes, and here I'm actually a little bit in trouble, which you can see he has this pawn.
He's still got the f4 to play, hasn't he, if he wants it?
So, first thing, I'm under attack. I don't want to allow any things to come in. So, do you want to trade queens? He says, no, I have the attack. Are you sure? 3-4, rook takes, and
Counter
now,
here.
Now I'm trying to get my pieces in. Takes. So you see what's happening actually.
Are you not gonna? Do you have like knight to f5?
Yep. Then the question is, who favors this endgame?
Personally, I prefer white, just because the knight on f5 is not challenged. Okay, you've got the passed d3 pawn, but that's not getting anywhere, is it? Surely not.
Exactly. And the nice thing with knight f5 is also that we're forcing the exchange now, and at the end, d6 is hanging.
You can leave that alone for now, can't you? Deal with the see what he wants to do with that d4 pawn. I suppose that its promotion square is a white square. That rook's not getting to the defense of that promotion square, is it? Because the king's on g2.
Exactly. We stop any tries from black getting in.
Yeah.
He saved his bishop. Now we create a pass pawn. Defend it, making sure this knight can move. Back. I want to trade pieces. He doesn't want to. Sad. You're gonna trade.
King to g3. Yeah.
And I'm just gonna. And here he actually timed out. So it doesn't show the time. It was a little bit of a time scramble here. This was unnecessary. But I could probably put something like rook g1. Just pursuing this, winning this pawn. If
now d6.
I come in. And this still isn't really a threat. Now I can actually push. My rook is defending, and I'm also threatening a small thing. And he checks, doesn't matter. The game's over.
That's. I mean, his only play. He hasn't even got any play that you're promoting next move, aren't you? He hasn't got time to get his rook t1.
No. So he has time to the check and going here, but
the king's just walking the pawn now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is next move, and the game's over. Here I actually made a mistake with bishop takes, allowing him the attack, which is also a nice example why you shouldn't do it.
Right. Well, that has always been a question, and whenever I got into this sort of position in the Dutch. So I think when I next play the Dutch as well as black against, I don't know, d4, as that's probably the part that's been letting me down. Yeah, I know it's like a reverse Dutch, isn't it? Sort of, except for it's the queen's pawn, not the king's pawn. It's the c pawn, not the f pawn, if that makes sense. If you just...
it is a lot of times, it is a reverse Dutch.
Well,
also,
I think the same rules applies the Dutch, like the principle of the position.
Yeah. Here you are a tempo up, so you can be a little bit more aggressive in your tries. For example, something like this, all of a sudden, after c4, e5, you have a reverse Sicilian.
Yeah. Because the e5's pawn is representing white's e4.
There's actually a really funny line where bishop d4, e4. Now I have to remember actually. E4, g6, takes, and queen g4. Trading the e4 pawn for the g7 pawn, but black loses its castling rights.
Suppose it doesn't matter too much at the moment. Opening up the g file to your king because you've got the g3 already paid.
Exactly, and we can be pretty happy here. What does black want to play? That's one of the other questions. Like d6 is an option. I have to check the line a little bit further. I haven't studied it as much, but I do know like white is fine here and has all the fun in the world. After some like rook g6 ideas, we can just move.
Queen c3, maybe.
Wait, what? Where?
e3.
Yeah, queen e3. Maybe he tries knight g4.
Pass. It's got to be better for white, hasn't it? I mean, once you move the queen out of the way, what's that knight doing?
Exactly, but I think maybe queen d2 is a little bit just to make sure there's not this tempo.
You're just not getting a tempo on you, are you?
After knight for now, you do have an extra tempo, and something like this we're not really afraid of. Let's look at this king.
Crazy.
You can just devour, and there's no f4. And we take. Okay, I'm gonna head off from the classroom.
Alright, buddy.
Getting also quite tired. I had like movie night and everything early.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that. Oh shit. Oh, I feel awful. I just assumed you'd just carry on talking. I'm so sorry. Damn. Right. I'm gonna try the English. Yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. It's giving me a challenge. Okay, what this? Oh, fucking hell. Give me something I've not looked at. Right. Okay. We've got knight to c3. He's just gonna play d4. Let's just take the damn thing. Go on with the tempo. Get his bishop out. I'm gonna go d3. Do I want to play e4 or what? Go e4. There's his castle here. If I castle, he's going to play queen to e7, trying to remove that white square bishop. Right, you tell me after this game if I've played it properly to your standards. I'm using your ideas. I've definitely learnt ideas. This knight's annoying. okay. Just continue to develop. If it takes this way, I have to take with the pawn, I guess. That's slightly annoying, but then I get this structure again. Yeah. He plays the Scandi, the Anglos. Oh well. We'll get it. We'll work our way around it. Let's ask him what he's doing with this bishop. Okay, I could play b4. Bishop comes here for trade off. It does ruin. Give him a double pawn over there. Da, 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 da. I don't want to play this because that ruins me for now. I like this pawn on e5 just for now. Now, considering if I do take, does damage this push a little bit. I've got the knight. I'm going to take the knight. Do I want to take with the knight? I'll take with the queen. Take with the knight's better because it would support f4. But I don't need to play f4 right now. Still keep an eye on here. I ought to do something about this lot. Yeah, definitely take with the knight was better. So he wants to come here, so this is a bad move. I suppose he's got this as well. So stopping these ideas. Now I should have just played the knight there. That was a slight mistake from myself, but I think we can rectify it. Take. Take queen to d2. Just there for now. Damn, letting it go. Plonker. Yes, we will. Da, 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 da. A good attempt, good first attempt, I think. Good first attempt. Ah, screw you. Oh, well played to the guy. Let's have a look. Analysis. Review. Right, okay. I can't see the best moves. It went wrong. Here is where I believe it went wrong. I believe I should have took with a knight. Yeah. That's my opinion. That I allowed well, because I took with the queen, I allowed this. Whereas if I took with a knight, I block this immediately. It's my opinion. That's where I started to take a lot of time when I could have been improving the position. A lot of time spent threatened it while improving the pieces. A bishop on h5 with g4. We save the knight, which is playing a good defensive role, I suppose. Yeah. Few doubts about this player. Well, how do you mean? Because he's from Algeria? That didn't mean to be. That meant, I don't know if that could be perceived as something as bad. I'll look at the profile then. Damn. Best survival 18. Okay. That's weird. The loss is in a drawn position, really. Yeah, it can't be a draw. Unless I'm doing the analysis wrong. Ah, okay. Anyway, let's try it again. Oh, look, it wants us to play the English. Wow, that is a little bit. I am sick of this cold. Sick of this cold. So he's got ideas of fine castle he's going to take here. I don't have to castle for the moment. I remember from the classroom, the bishop's here. Does the same rule apply? There's fork here, so if he takes with the knight. Ah, maybe Kudo taught me something here. This is the problem why I can't castle. So this sort of removes it. If he took, but he didn't take. What about if I play this now? Or is he getting ready to castle queenside? Just gonna wait a minute. See what his plan is. See what he wants to do. I'm not sure what he wants to do. Okay, he's castling kingside. Play rook to b1. Maybe that's a little bit early. Play this. h5. Yeah. It does. Okay, what do I want to do? The knight is blocking this. To play. What's this queen doing at the moment? I've got these sort of ideas. Okay, let's play stuff in. Let's play f4. Kudo's gonna tell me off. Got the defender, got the attacker. So we can remove this bishop. I can't see him going here because I've just got two new defenders of this. Can't go this way, can't go this way. This bishop's going to drop. Is it wrong of me, Kuro, to ask if f4 was good or bad? Knight takes, knight e takes on f4. Yeah, maybe. Well, now I don't have a knight here for him to take and screw these pieces up. That was the thought process. So we've got undefended bishop. No easy way to hit him. This pawn's covered by knight and queen. Okay, we've got c5. Right. I did one thing right in the position then. I got something right. Plays for now. Whew. Play the king here for a second. Quite happy to get rid of this, I think. I was sort of feeling G takes f4, but I think that's just been a little bit too opening of the king. Not doing bad considering I've only just started playing English. So I think you just take with the bishop. Don't allow that kudo. Similar position as before, but I think I've gone around about a little bit better. I don't think it's going to get better. It's going to get better as the game goes on. What do I want to do? Ah, the knight's coming back. Okay. Where does this one go? I don't feel too uncomfortable. Now I'm feeling slightly uncomfortable. This is an improvement though, Kudo. I've learnt something. What's this you've shared? What to do? Just stopping this later on if the queen moves. Probably going to play a5. It's coming in here anyway. Oh, damn, I missed the check. Dick. What a deal. Ah, still got him. Still got him. Yeah, this is horrible. Why did I miss this? I was even considering this. That would have been a better one. Damn. Oh, da, da, da. Okay. think I'll let this one go, Kudo. Quite early on. It's looking there. It's looking like he's going to get his coming. There's the forced mate. Right. We'll have one more after this analysis of the English. So I want to be playing e4 immediately. Unmute your mic. You liked this, didn't you? Your microphone's muted. I can't. Hey, it says you're muted. I can't unmute you either. I'm unmuted. Let me refresh the page. There we go. There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Testing.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, can I hear you?
I hope so.
Okay. Yep. So here I would play e4 just to stop this whole bishop g4 idea.
Yep.
Because now we have an issue actually playing e4.
Yeah.
And if you play e4 and he plays bishop g4 here, we can even consider f3.
Yeah.
Knight e2 might be a bit annoying because of knight d4.
Right.
Which might also not even be a problem if you just castle and play f3 next. But why even allow it? We got d3, h3. Now you start noticing this doubling up, and there's no king h2 because he develops with tempo. This is what he created.
He used the tempo to his advantage there, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. The advantage, though, is that we are able to play bishop e3 without any knight g4, which is good. Also, he remembered the pieces are here. He wants to take with the knight, which he can't do because... Oops. e3 I didn't understand.
A3, I think I should have gone A4. That was meant to be the...
Exactly.
It was meant to be A4 because I remembered you saying A6. I went to go A4. This was a misclick.
Ah, okay, exactly. And if he press b5 now,
Yeah.
oops.
Yeah, A3 was misclick, but once I played A3, I thought, well, it's a bit fucking late to play A4.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why B3 came in after.
Okay, that makes sense. For a light. Um, yeah.
You preferred the E2 knight taking, didn't you? Yeah. Now I see it. Now I prefer it. This knight still can't be taken here. It opens up the queen.
Exactly. It makes our pieces more active.
Yeah.
And what else is this knight gonna do? Now you notice that you're the one actually getting kind of cramped.
Yeah. Damn.
This I don't really like.
I just wanted to castle here. I suppose I could have just castled with the knight there anyway because it defends the H3 pawn.
Exactly. And if you look at the natural continuation, castle, there's not really anything wrong, right? Could play G and you don't really want to take this bishop on e6 because
It's got no moves.
Mhm. You're actually helping him gaining control over the center.
Yeah. Oh well.
Opens up the rook. Our king isn't castled yet. Now this knight went to f4 anyway.
Yeah.
So we actually lost the tempo.
A little bit crazy.
He tries to create some counterplay with knight g5 and castle. a4.
I wasn't too sure what to do.
So, what are the weaknesses in White's camp?
White's camp.
In Black's camp. Sorry.
In Black's camp, E6. I was trying to find a way to start hitting that. I was considering H4, bring the bishop to H3.
Yeah, there's a possible plan. The thing you have to watch out for is G4.
This is what put me off. That's exactly what put me off.
Exactly. Here you need some calculation, and this kind of looks dangerous. You can probably take both ways. But here you're getting you're not the one attacking. But yeah, if you don't know what to do, you can play. Screen capture. Hero says that the screen capture is it only shows part of the board.
There we go. Cheers, Ryan.
If you really don't know what to do, you do have one pawn break,
Which is D4.
and D4. You can try to see if you can prepare that.
I did try consider it.
So then something like Rook C1.
I've not seen the Y in brackets since MSN.
And if he takes, I think things are all right. Like if you take now, it's a threat.
Yeah, because the queen's undefended.
Exactly. So he has to do something, move the queen out of the way. But he also has to protect E6. So it's pretty much forced to play queen C8. Now maybe the H4 idea is a lot more juicy. Other options are now actually to take
Double up the pawn. You got a nice knight on G6. You're threatening E7 with a fork. You're threatening E5. I'd be very tempted if I'd be very tempted just to if Black didn't take the rook on F1, I'd be tempted to take his, or if he did, I'd just take with the queen.
Taking with the queen looks okay. There's no queen G5. Maybe he tries to. Well, he has to do something about his bishop.
So
And
Bishop's probably
It's-
going back to D. Yeah, that works. I'd start pushing C5, C6, C7.
Remember the counter threats, right?
Oh yeah. Damn, yeah, not yet.
So you can go here. Now there's like a look on F7. I guess he will just stop the pawn. Now we know the king is quite safe on H2. And now we need to get rid of this blockade.
Queen to
something like-
D1.
Let's first black to move. Queen D1, but the queen, I like the queen here.
Yeah,
Maybe
the knight. It's working with the knight on the F7 square.
exactly. Like one of the things you could do is because there's nothing, is maybe just ask the bishop a question.
Are you covering C5 with the knight and rook now?
And push something like that, and just start rolling. If he attacks the knight, well, we got the push in. We can bring our knight back.
Comes with a threat. Yeah.
Now, oops.
You win the bishop.
Oh, I don't care about the bishop.
I care about mate.
Exactly. So now that the blockade is gone, you can start creating some counterplay.
Yeah. Damn. Right, I'm gonna go for one more game of the English. If I get white, anyway.
I'm not sure if they're still. Oh yeah, here.
What is? I did
Yes.
question whether they should have took with the rook.
That too. But this is a very important mistake. Bishop takes e5. Remember that remember that bishop on g2 that had a lot of like potential energy to become active,
Yeah.
and that's mostly because we have some kind of break.
So I
Like,
ruined
we can-
activating the bishop.
Because if we can get some d4 in, and for example
Yeah.
e5, then all of a sudden we do have an active bishop. But after you take, we will never get d4 in.
Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm getting it now. It's coming. It's coming.
That's one. Two is now we're kind of transitioning to an endgame.
And the structure's horrendous for white, isn't it? Really.
The structure and the pawns are locked on white,
Yeah.
which means this bishop now has issues.
Black, who's got the even though he's got the worse structure in theory on paper, he's got the pawn breaks.
Then there's another thing. If you look at this position from black side, does this change the board? Does this also flip the board for you?
Yeah.
So where do I want my knight?
Which one?
Let's say the f6 knight. It's not doing anything at the moment. Where would I like to place it? If I can like put it up and put it down wherever I'd like.
D4.
D4. Okay. So which piece is controlling D4 from white?
The blacks. There's only the black square bishop can control it.
Now you're black. You see this?
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting a great grab of D4, ready for planting the knight there in the future, aren't you?
Exactly. All of a sudden you're really happy. You're like, oh, this D4 square becomes even more juicy because I can plant a knight there. I can start doubling
Yeah.
up all my pieces, and I move the knight whenever I want, and I win D3. So that's a little thing to run. Like, also look at what your opponent wants to do, and don't play into their hands. And only play into their hands if they want to play a plan that's bad. You see, they want to play something, you know it's not good.
Yeah.
Let them dig their own grave, you know?
Yeah.
And here, I think this is already game over.
It is. I don't think there's anything to do here as white, is there?
If you take, that's your favorite mate.
Yeah.
And if you go here,
Again, same again. You just come here, then the rook and boom, and yeah, gone.
that doesn't look appetizing, and the king can't go anywhere. That's discovered mate.
Yeah. Damn.
So,
I really appreciate this, you know, Kudo. Seiko, sorry. I'm used to talking to Kudo.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, you're welcome. Like I'm not gonna do it all the time because, but
No. It's somewhat. I do want to play the English, so. The Scotch is getting boring.
So you are slowly like picking up little tiny bits of information. You know, you remember, for example, the knight on c6, bishop on e6. Oh, I can play knight d5.
Yeah.
This, like, you're piling up these little kind of bits. Taking on f4, like take with the e2 knight, activate all your pieces. He still can't take on d5.
It's going in, pal. It's working. It's working.
We'll get you to a stable 1800 in no time, of course.
I'll get there. I'm figuring out me at chess, if that makes sense. Still not happy with what I'm doing.
I'm not sure what you like. Yeah, I also was actually talking about the other one. So one small thing, you got the game before.
Yeah.
So queen d8. This is actually a worse Scandinavian.
Yeah, because the queen wants to come to a5, doesn't it?
Because normally, queen d8 is also possible. I played this also against the Scandi, but here, at least, it's an exchange of two center pawns. Now, when I play c4 d5,
I've removed that is why I took on d5, because I removed the black center pawn.
But here, now you're kind of in an e4 opening.
Yeah.
Which is an even better version. So I would just switch to e4.
Yeah. I will still play the Scotch, but it'd be nice to have the English in the arsenal.
But now you can already start your typical.
I am, well, you know, you've seen plenty of my games now. You know, I'm a fully fledged e4 player. I just play e4 everything. And I'd like to play something else, just to switch it up and have the English in the arsenal. And it's like over the board as well, and there's a couple of opponents now starting to learn my Scotch. Because when you got an hour and 15 minutes, you can really think about the moves. When I'm playing on form, I am brutal with the Scotch. And my opponents now over the board are learning it because that's all I play.
they all start now.
So
for example, here, suppose you're black. What would you play with black?
Yeah. I want to just develop the bishops and castle, possibly queenside, to be honest.
Okay, so pick a move for black.
I don't know. Bishop g4.
Bishop g4, huh?
Preparing knight to d4.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got... So we've got two threats, got b7 and f7. So...
You see like how nice it is that this c-pawn is missing?
Yeah. So the bishop to g4 is a natural move, isn't it? But all of a sudden, black's got questions to answer.
Exactly. And if you actually don't pay attention, then you play it here.
I've
Well,
got
there-
queen
there-
to b3.
There's queen b3. There's yeah, you can choose too many moves. There's bishop takes f7. Wait,
Knight to
Knight.
g5 or e5, taking the pawn with check, winning the bishop after.
and here I
Because,
don't
because the
even
knight's
actually-
on f6, yeah, it's good. You got to take e5, haven't you?
And here I don't even know if queen b3 is stronger. Maybe even stronger than bishop takes f7. It's like here you have a choice.
Just seems so appetizing to. It looks fancy, doesn't it? To sack, even if it is stronger to play queen b3. Sat there studying it, I'd sack the bishop.
Can I? Is it possible to see? Evaluation.
Yeah, I can see the evaluation bar. 3.1. I'm getting
Now I can see it. It doesn't show the moves though.
3.3.
Lines. Okay, what's stronger? What does the end? Oh, it doesn't show the lines for me. Mark, I click show lines.
I can't see lines.
Where would it be?
No idea.
Okay, let me just. Okay, this plus 4 point. Oh, you can see them.
No. I'm going to go into the analysis. Set up this position.
Yeah, the engine on bishop f7, I believe. Even though queen b3 also still gives you like a plus 3.5 advantage, and it's still going up.
Yeah.
The pawn was on e5.
Yeah. I would still prefer just to sack the bishop. That's just me though, all over. I like if I see a sacrifice, I like it. If sacrifice that works, I'll always do it.
The only thing I have to check is, does it want queen?
No.
Yeah, actually, just bishop f7 and knight e5. And,
Yeah.
Because here, all of a sudden you're like, oh,
Lost the bishop. Oh wow! Wait! Block it again.
that's knight g5.
Oh.
Double attack, and we end. So here, what does
Slightly better for white, but
I think just king back and saying you don't have anything.
gave
All
up
of a
a
sudden,
bishop.
black is close to winning.
Yeah.
So yeah, bishop takes f7 and knight g5 looks pretty logical. That one can go in. Like it says show notation, it says show this, but I have no idea where it is. Like, oh, it just popped up when I clicked add. Huh. I have no idea. It's being weird. Select the game below. Ah, there it is. Now I found it. So I'm also new to this classroom, just.com things. So.
Are you liking it?
Yes and no.
Bear with me, buddy. 1 minute.
I like the fact that you can like call and aspect.
That's good. Where the hell is it? Don't do this to me. Where's it gone? Oh, I've lost my liquid.
What?
There's no access to nicotine.
By the way, watch out when you stand up. That's like a full quad shot.
That's a what? Sorry.
That's a full crotch shot.
Crotch.
Yeah, crotch.
Oh no, sorry.
That's, uh,
I've got a small one anyway. There's nothing. There's no pornography there.
uh, well, I'm gonna head off. You can maybe try one more English game. I'm not gonna analyze it anymore tonight, at least.
I'm gonna go try and get one more English. Well, if I'm black, I'm black. I'll get the English. It's been. I'm gonna play this and then. Oh, I've just done it to you again. What a dick. I am sorry. Oh, I feel so ignorant when I do that. I'm just not used to being spoken to on the laptop. Sorry, bloody hell. I'm gonna play a little bit weird here. I'll play a 4 immediately. See if you like it. Cool. I really didn't mean to cut you off again. I'll try and remember for next time. I don't mean to. I really don't mean to. I just press buttons and assume you're just gonna carry on talking to me. I'm not. I'm really through this. I'm not playing very good at the moment. I think I'm just. I need. After this game, I should just call it a night and let what you've said stick, if that makes sense. I did have F5. I think probably did. I feel wrecked, Kudo. I don't think it's a great idea that I'm playing chess at the moment. I've took a lot in, believe it or not. I've took a lot in. I really have. I'll let him have this bishop. This is just all closed up. If he wants to swap this bishop, I'll let him. If I go here, take. Yeah, okay. We'll have this. Can't be that bad for white, surely. Is it bad for white here? Well, I do believe that is probably his better move. I'll just play the bishop back, I suppose. I've definitely took a lot in. It's been it has been a good one. I think I played the opening the wrong way around. But I think I've seen the opportunity and rectified the issues. If I get rid of this, okay, he really wants to swap the knight off. I don't want to swap the knight off. But if I take this bishop, he takes the knight. I take this bishop, he takes this bishop. This knight would be annoying here because I would really like to play the queen here at the end of it all. Oh, okay. Well, take this. You have a good one here. I think taking this immediately was bad because in some weird way. Oh, I've got this fork here now. I've got the queen away. I've got potential ideas over here. The queen's not doing a deal. Okay, it looks dangerous. It's close to the king, but what can it actually do? The knight can't get over to help the queen because of this. Check queen f4, yes. I did consider queen h4, f4, but here, only move is to block. Then play the knight here. I'm threatening to win the knight, so that looks better than just forking the rooks. Play the queen here, knight blocks, giving the king a square to run away to. Knight here, threatening the rook and to take the knight. So the king would have to come here, I think. I could just take the rook anyway, but it just gives him more chance to slip up, I think. I hope I've not thrown it away, but it's my understanding that I can take a rook anyway should he not slip up. The knight is pinned, so he can't take my knight. So I'm going to win a rook anyway, but it does ush this king out of this. He's got to take with the rook. Oh, rook takes f7. Yeah, probably. Sacrifice probably would have worked. The king was here with the check. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna have to review this game. Get a quick review. It has got to be a quick one because I've got to go. I've got a job to go to in the morning. No easy attack on the queen. The knight. How do I want to get over there? pawn actually stops the knight coming out as well. That's why I chose this one instead of this one. And if takes, take with the queen. If he doesn't take, I'm very tempted. No, I can't push because the queen's got it. If it doesn't take, then I think I'll just play c5 anyway. Well, I suppose I could just take it. Makes more sense just to take it, I think, with check. This rook's got to cover this. As soon as the king moves, I can hit this. If I do play here, king's sort of forced to come in here. I can play this again. Damn, and if he takes it, then the rook comes here with check. And if he doesn't take it, then I get to promote. So keep remembering what you tell me about pawn breaks and pushes. So I'm trying to remember them, trying to use them. GG. I did in English. Fucking done in English. Okay, he wants a queen trade. I don't want a queenie trade. So, damn. I should play the rook here. If I push, then what to do? What is the best thing to do here? I sort of like this. Ooh. Questions. Question time. I could actually take this now. The king's over here. Damn. That's hurting. I could just take the knight. Keep it simple. King here, and now it's just mate. Kablah. Oh, one mistake, apparently. And watch it say 2 or 3 and a blunder. Ah, 2 mistakes. Not too bad. That's alright for an English. 3rd attempt, or is it 4th attempt at the English? An 89.1% accuracy. It's the opening I cocked up in. So I played F4 immediately. I don't really know why. I was just chatting shit and I played F4. I can't remember why I played F4. Maybe just to stop the knight coming here, and I've just got F4 out anyway. And then I'll just... Why did I cover this again? Why did I cover... I can't quite remember why I covered it. Oh yeah, I didn't. I just played to get the bishop out. Okay, so Stockfish doesn't mind the opening too much. I could have played the opening better. They are okay moves. They're not bad. Okay, Stockfish doesn't like this. It wants me to develop a piece, so maybe it wants D3. Maybe it wants D3. No. Not too sure what it wants. Does it want this sort of solidifying? Oh no, what does it want? The rook to B1. Just getting out of this. Makes sense. You wanted to look at queen to F4 here. Or before. It says it's a mistake apparently. Right, Mitsu, basically, pal. I don't think updated in the description, so I'll just tell you quick. The 1 month membership, basically, out of the regular viewers that I receive over the week, next week, so next Thursday in English time, I'm gonna basically ask the Nightbot to say a random name of the random people in the chat on the Thursday, and if it picks your name, then I will give you a month's worth of diamond membership. Yeah, so that's it basically, Mitsu. Just what I'm not gonna do is basically if I get a viewer come in, give me a follow, then he never returns. He just pops back in on the Thursday. Yeah, it's like it's 22 in the morning Thursday morning where I am. So exactly 7 days from now, whatever time it is from you, 7 days from now. So yeah, don't worry though. If I get like 50 extra followers, and then on the day I get like 50 viewers and 45 of them haven't been popping in the stream, then I'm just gonna say to Nightbot, don't pull their name out, if that makes sense. So it'll. The idea is to gain more regular viewers. I'm not gonna reward somebody who just pops in and the off chance. So obviously you're fairly regular, Mitsu. You pop in, you say hi, so you are a definite consideration. You pop in all the time. So if it pulls your name out, Mitsu, then I'd happily give you the diamond membership. Obviously, I don't expect you to be in the stream 24/7. You have freedom, but like literally, if you came in once, then I'd be like, well, he's never going to come back. So obviously, you'd be definitely if Nightbot pulled your name out next Thursday, Mitsu, I'd get you the diamond membership. Okay, there's a better move than this. It prefers f6. But then the queen... No, 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 no. f6. Wow. How do you defend this? How do you defend f6? f7, sorry. How the hell do you defend it? Damn. That's nasty. If I played this, these pawn pushes and pawn breaks are all Kudo's doing, to be honest. They are all Kudo's doing, these pawn pushes. So thank you, Kudo. I'm going to call it there anyway. Tomorrow, Kudo, I'll get you the membership. I'll get you the membership tomorrow, buddy. Tomorrow evening. So, yeah. I may not be able to throw stream up tomorrow, but I'll just do it over the phone. Should the worst come to the worst. Alright, buddy. I can do it you now if you really want, but I think it'd be a waste if I did it right now. If I get time at dinner time or something tomorrow at work, I'll get you tomorrow at dinner. If I got you now, it'd just be a wasted night getting you the membership, I believe. It's up to you. So, if you prefer, I can get you tomorrow at dinner time. Alright, buddy, let's screw it, let's do it now then. Oh, if I could afford it, I would. There you go. I just did it, I'm sure I did. Oh, okay. Ah, that makes sense. Right. I'm off, Skizz Kudo. Thank you ever so much for tonight, pal. I really, really appreciate it. I've definitely learnt some stuffsies. So yeah, I'll may see you tomorrow evening, I may not. $8.50. I'm sure I gave you the diamond. I'm sure I did. Oops, wrong one. Oh, damn. Let me resolve this. Right. I'm going to end it there, Kudo. I'll sort you the diamond out in a moment. I accidentally got you gold. But I'm going to have to end the stream because I have to put some car details in. So yeah, I may see you tomorrow. If not, just drop me a thing in Discord. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Ah, don't be daft. I didn't read. That's me. I don't read. I'm stupid. Right. Catch you tomorrow, Kudo. I'll do it now. Catch you later, pal.